Hey guys, so as promised, here is a video on rates. Okay, and what I want you to note today is that rates are like ratios. And they're like ratios because they compare. They're proportions, and you're comparing those proportions. They still compare. But they're different because, so they're the same because they compare, just like ratios, right? But they're different because they need units. For example, a ratio can be written like this, 3 to 5, right? But a rate, you need to know what this 3 and 5 stands for. So it would be something like $3 every 5 hours. Okay, so these are the units, whether it's money or time or distance. Those are the units that go along with the rate. Okay, so just give me more room here. Okay, so just pretend we did the rate and we were comparing how much somebody made in a certain amount of hours. So you have a job, okay? And in your job, pretend it was a really great job, and you're making $45. Well, actually, let's do $45 in 5 hours. Okay? So $45 an hour, and we want to figure out, well, how much money do you make in 1 hour? So we can set up, this is how a rate looks. We can also set it up like this as a fraction. Okay, so our unit is the dollar amount here, and our unit is the hour here. So we can find out per hour using a scale factor. Okay, and remember scale factors in class would be what you're multiplying. So if you had 3 to 2, it's what you're multiplying these numbers by to get the other numbers. Okay, so that would be your scale factor. So we have to figure out a scale factor here. So $45 an hour, what if I want to find out in 1 hour what you were making? Okay, so that's the unknown here. So again, you figure out a scale factor. So you say, okay, $5 in 1 hour. So what did I do to the 5 to get to the 1? Am I multiplying or am I dividing? Well, in this case, it's going smaller, so we are dividing. What do I divide 5 by to get to 1? I divide by 5. Well, if we divide this by 5, I'm just going to erase this so I have a little bit more room so it's not so confusing. So if I'm dividing the bottom number by 5, I have to multiply divide the top number by 5 as well. Okay? And we know that 45 divided by 5 is 9. So how much money did I make per hour? I made $9 in 1 hour. Okay? We can do the same thing multiplying. Okay? So what if I said that I make $8 per hour? And I want to find out how much I'm going to make in 6 hours. Okay? So I can, again, sometimes it's easier to write the rate sort of like as a fraction, just so we get used to fractions and ratios and things like that. So again, we set it up like that, and I said that I want to find out in 6 hours how much money I'm going to make. So this is $8 an hour. Again, there are my units there, the money and the hours. Those are called units. Okay, and so again, find your scale factor. 1 hour. You have 1 hour and 6 hours. What did you do to the 1 to get to 6? Well, I multiplied by 6. So that's your scale factor times 6. You have to do your top number times 6 as well. And we know that 8 times 6 is 48. So how much money did I make in 6 hours? I made $48. Okay, so that's how rates work. The other way to look at it, you can formulate it as a fraction, or the other way to do it is, if I was doing again $8 per hour, I could also write it, oops, let me just erase this here. I could also write it going across as well, right? And then I'd go blank per, 6 hours. So I could write it like that as well. And again, then you say, you find your hours, and you go, what did I do to the one to get to 6? I multiplied by 6. And then you go money to money. How much money is that going to be? It's going to be $48. Okay, so you can write it this way, or you can formulate it like a fraction, just like when we were doing ratios as well. Okay, so as long as you can find your scale factor, you can make equivalent rates as well, and knowing how to do equivalent ratios really helps with doing equivalent rates as well. Okay, so hopefully that was clear to you guys, and let me know if you had any trouble with this, and we will have a discussion tomorrow. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.